Hey everybody, welcome to today's Lunch Lesson Live. Today we are talking about how to get more clients. Who could use a few more clients, right? I feel like all of us are in business. We all could use more clients, right? So let's talk about it today. We're going to talk all about how to actually get qualified people who are interested in your business. So tell me below if you are watching on the live, just let me know. Or if you are watching on the replay, just say replay below. I'd love to see who comes in the day of and who's watching afterwards. All right, give me a little, so glad you're here. Give me a thumbs up or a little wave if you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to just say thanks to everyone who voted on today's topic. Every Tuesday, I put out a poll for this video on what topic we should talk about. So I want to hear from you. What is pertinent to your business? What would be helpful to you? What are some questions that are coming up for you? Or what roadblocks are you facing in your business where you could use a little bit of guidance or a little bit of help or a few tips along the way? So feel free to drop some ideas below of some topics that you want to discuss, or on the Tuesday poll, you can always suggest another topic, or you can always reach out to me anytime and send me a message. I love to hear what's coming up for you, what topics you want to discuss, and what would help your business. That's what we're here for. All right. So if you are new here, my name is Christina Dougherty, and I'm a business coach. I have been helping businesses for the last 10 years. I have learned so much about social media, and I have trial and errored my way through success to find a system that works. And I want to share that with you because I don't want you to waste 10 years, right? I don't want you to struggle with this nonsense of trying to figure out social media, trying to figure out what works, and just getting stuck in that day in and day out. Well, this is all I know how to do. I'm just going to continue to do the same things. I don't want that for you, right? Don't waste years like I did making those mistakes, staying stuck. That is no way to make money, right? You're not going to make money if you keep doing the same things that are not making you money. So really think about what you're doing right now. If you are not getting clients into your door, something has to change, right? If you are not getting constant flow of leads coming in, showing actual interest, not just followers, right? None of us need more followers if those followers do not turn into actual paying customers. So tell me below if you need more clients, right? Just say clients below. We don't want followers, we want clients. And tell me how you feel, right? Do you feel like you are in this posting strategy that is just going on deaf ears, right? If you feel like you are posting and your thought is, well, I guess I need to post more. I guess I need better posts, right? Does anyone feel like that? Definitely, it is not your posts, right? It is not volume. If your current method is not working, it is not about doing more of that thing, right? Stop and assess what is working. If nothing is working, you need to change. You need new skill sets. You need to take a course. You need to hire a coach. You need to get over that hump because staying stuck is not going to make you more money, right? That is the trick to business. You need to get unstuck. So if you feel like you are stuck in this kind of posting strategy and nobody's responding, you just feel like you need to keep posting, well, I need to figure out better posts. That is not the answer, right? Posting is not the answer. It's good to have a placeholder, and it's certainly good to gain interest and attract people to your information. But if nobody's seeing your posts, the answer is not more posting, right? That is not the answer. Okay, so the answer is more strategy and being a little bit more skilled in figuring out what is actually working. So that's where I come in, and that's where I would love to help. Today we're going to talk about 3 tips on how to actually get more clients into your business. All right, so A quick background about me. I love to talk about the bike shop, right? If any of you have watched my videos before, my husband and I opened a little bike shop here in Florida. It was a bike shop slash coffee shop, and it was so much fun. We loved being a part of this community. We learned so much. I really say that's where I got my marketing degree, right? I had to learn by fire how to get people into my door. So we really quickly saw that, right? I couldn't just build it and hope that people will come. I couldn't just open a Facebook account and post and expect people to walk in my door, right? That did not work. It was very clear. If I build it, they won't just come. So we had to get really fast, really strategic about how to get those clients. And what really worked for us, certainly we kept posting on Facebook and Instagram, and that was drumming up kind of interest, but it wasn't making people come into the door, right? It really needed that extra step. And that's really where we found the Facebook group. So we set up a Facebook group for the bike shop, coffee shop, and when we created events. So we really created this community. We had people coming in, and events was really what helped us locally. Online, it's a little bit, if you just have a business online, it's a little bit harder to do events, but you certainly could do events. But I really think the Facebook group is the best way to capture your audience. And we're going to talk more about that today. But if you are just posting on your profile and not getting results, definitely you want to think about a different strategy, right? Because if you're just posting and hoping, that is a really passive approach to business. And I would really suggest trying to take a more active role in getting clients, right? If you're just posting and hoping, that's really kind of taking a back seat to, I'm just going to hope. I'm just going to put this out there and see who's interested, right? And that is not the entrepreneur that I know you are, right? I know you want to take a more active approach, and I know you want to get more clients, and I know you want to help people, right? You want to get in front of the right people, get them into your world, and warm them up. That is really the key to growing your business. So the tip number one, right, is go where your customers are. If you are, again, posting and just kind of waiting for people to find you, that is going to take forever, right? You don't have that time. Don't waste years like I did, right? After we closed the bike shop, sadly, right, we learned so much, but I turned it into my passion to help other business owners because I didn't want to see another small business have to close their doors. I feel like with the right strategy and access to knowledge and skills, we can all be successful, right? The world is so plentiful. There is abundance for everyone. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. But we have to meet the right people, get in front of the right people, learn the right skills to move our business forward. So that is really what it is about. So don't waste years like I did, right? You don't need to make the same mistakes. I have learned them, and I've wasted years not making money so that you can make money now, right? That is the goal. I want to fast track your business so that you don't have to waste those years or make all the mistakes that I did, right? I learned so that I can teach you. That's the goal, or that's the trick to business, right? And that is the process of learning from others. Learn from those who have gone before you. Don't waste years trying to do another free course, another free download that might give you a little bit of tips, but it's not going to get you over the hump fully, right? And unless you have someone who's really going to walk you through how to implement it. You can do a lot on your own. You're resourceful, right? I know you can do it. I know you can learn anything. But if you want to fast track your business, the best way to do that is to learn from somebody who's done it, right? That's really I think the secret to coaching. If you want to be a coach, you need to learn from other coaches who have gone before you. That's really the trick to coaching, I think. Okay, so we were saying go where they are. So if you are, again, just posting, you want to think about, okay, where is my customer? Are they, for one, on Facebook or Instagram, right? And if they're on both, you can certainly be on both. But if they are spending more time on TikTok, definitely you might want to think about being on TikTok, right? If they are a little bit of everywhere, that's fine too. But definitely you want to go to them. So if you see people who are actually liking, commenting on your stuff, don't just wait for them to take action, right? That, I think, is an open door. If they are in your target audience and you think they are legitimately interested in your business, reach out to them. that can be a real scary step, right? I get a lot of pushback at this point, but if you are wanting to build relationships and it takes a lot more to sell, it takes a lot more time to warm your audience up, right? It is not just about, hey, have you checked this out? Do you want to buy? Here, buy this, right? That's not going to work. Nobody wants to be sold to all the time. And that's really what Facebook is designed to keep you on Facebook, because we want to interact with people. We don't want to just have ads blaring in our face every second, right? No one would stay on Facebook if it was all ads all the time, or Instagram, or any of those others, right? We all want to interact with our friends and socialize and see what's going on and see what other businesses are out there. And if it works out for our business, that's great too, right? But a real active approach is to go to them. So if people are showing interest and you're expecting them to click the magic button, go to your website, do something, if you need them to do something, you need to be direct, right? So go to them, send them a message and say, hey, I saw that you were interested in XYZ. I'd love to share more about this. Or, you know, how did you feel about this? Or what's going on in your life? Or where are you at in your blah, blah, blah journey? Or any of those things that relates to your industry, right? You really want to strike up those conversations and just see where people are at and see how that organically grows. See what people are genuinely interested in. If people are like, oh, I just really liked the color pink, that's fine, right? Move along, right? But most of the time, if someone has liked your stuff, there is some interest there, right? So warm that up, right? Talk to them, start that conversation, figure out where they're at. And I think the best way then is to take the next step. So my number 2 tip is to start a Facebook group. The best way to warm your customers up is to capture their information, right? We don't need more scrollers, right? All of us are scrolling all the time, maybe liking, very rarely taking action. In the last 10 years that I've been helping people, it is really hard to get profile people to do anything, right? It's unless you have a really viral account or a large account, it is really hard to get anyone to do anything online. So it is really hard to get your profile followers to take action and then to actually sign up for your newsletter, buy your product, right? Do any of those things. So you really want to make it easy for them, right? So I think with a Facebook group, it's a really easy invitation. It's really easy to send them a direct message and say, hey, I saw that you were interested in my post on blah, blah, blah. I'm talking more about that over in my group, right? We'd love to have you. I'm sharing free resources. There's discounts. You don't want to miss it. Come on over, right? That would be enticing to someone who has already shown a little bit of interest. If they've followed you, if they've liked some of your content, get them over in the Facebook group. And we've talked a lot about Facebook groups here, right? If any of you did our challenge, let me know how the challenge went for you on growing your group. The best way to capture your audience is to have those questions, right? So your group, that's what's great about the Facebook group, is you can set up questions for people to enter. So 1, you can qualify people. 2, you can get them to sign up for your freebie or drop their email list for your newsletter and get them, right? And then you've captured their information. And then 3, you can offer, hey, would you like more information about my, whatever gateway offer, whatever my new offer is. So right away, people have entered your group and answered some questions for you. That way you have qualified and you can decide who gets in and who doesn't, right? If they don't answer the questions, you don't have to let them in. If they say no to certain things, you don't have to let them in, right? But the best thing is to capture that audience who has shown interest and get them into your group and then start warming them up to all of your beautiful services and products, right? That's really the key, I think, is it takes a little bit more, right? It's really hard to sell just on a profile, right? People are scrolling and liking. They're not seeing all of your posts. They're not, right? They might see one post and like it, and because of the algorithm, for whatever reason, they never see anything else from you again. And boom, they're gone, right? They're scrolling and they're gone. They might have liked it and shown some interest and then thought, gosh, that's pretty interesting, right? But then they're gone. Like they've forgotten all about you. You want to remind them, keep reminding them, hey, I'm still here and we're offering free stuff over here. So those are some ways to really capture your audience and use the Facebook group to warm them up and capture their information. So that is really the tip number 2. If you're not interested in a Facebook group, right? If it sounds like just one more thing, I hear you. You're already doing all the things, right? You're posting on all of the platforms and it's overwhelming. I get it. But the Facebook group, if your profiles are not getting you clients, you need to make a change, right? Again, if you continue to do the same thing expecting different results, right? That is the definition of insanity. So the best way, the fastest way, take it from me, is to start a Facebook group and get people into it, right? Start growing your Facebook group and start building those relationships today, because posting more is not going to get you more clients, right? That is the not easy truth, right? But posting and perfecting your posts and getting your message just right and getting the right thing out there and running ads, that is not going to get you the right clients. You want to build genuine relationships and capture their information and get them into your world and warm them up. That's what it's going to take to get more clients. A lot happens in the follow-up, right? It's not just going to be a one-time, hey, are you interested in this? Buy, right? People don't buy straight off the bat, right? You've really got to get them in your world, warm them up, start those conversations, build those relationships. That's what it's going to take. All right, so just to recap, right, our first tip was to go where they are. Think about sending a DM to people who have shown interest on your account. And then tip number 2 is start a Facebook group. Capture that audience, right? Capture them, get their email address so you can follow up with them later. And then you've got their profile too, right? You could always, if you haven't already started a conversation with them in the DMs, you could do that in Instagram or in Messenger. So you could start some conversations once they've joined your group as well. Hey, thanks for joining my group, right? Love to have you. Glad you're here, blah, blah, blah. Start that conversation. And then the third step is really, we kind of mentioned, is the follow-up, right? If someone has joined your group, that's really then, I think, it's on you to then take that step, right? That's you, the business owner, to reach out to them. Hey, thanks for joining my Facebook group. Did you see that we were talking about blah, blah, blah? Are you interested in blah, blah, blah? Where are you at in your blah, blah, blah journey? Whatever that looks like for your business, it's really about nurturing and building those relationships and in the follow-up. So have a really good system about who's coming into your group and how you're following up, right? You really want to take advantage of people that are coming into your group have shown some interest just by the name of your group, right? They've shown some interest. Reach out to them, figure out where they're at and how you can help. Or if they're just there for free content, that's great too, right? Glad you're here. So those are really the 3 tips on how to get more clients. If you are continuing to post and just hoping, right, that is a really hard place for a business owner to be, because you feel like that's all you have control over. I only have control over posting and showing my content. I'll just hope that it lands on the right ears, right? And unfortunately, that is just a really hard place to be, because if it's not working, doing more of that is not going to work, right? Unfortunately. I say Instagram is again really hard to get people to convert because it's just not clickable, right? You've probably noticed the only link is in the bio or in the highlights. So the best way to use Instagram to your advantage, because I do think that the DMs are much easier on Instagram. Facebook is really careful, and rightly so, right, to protect its users, is really careful about the privacy settings for Messenger. So I think it's a little bit harder to get your message through on Messenger. Instagram is a little easier to get your DM through and to get people to see it, I think, in my experience. So Instagram is really great for finding your target audience, right? You can really hone in on who your target audience is and make sure that you're following the people that you want to follow you back, right? That's really how it works. So you can follow the people that are in your target audience, hope that they follow you back, reach out to them directly. That's really the key. Go where they are, reach out to them, and then get them in your Facebook group. That's really the best way. All right, so if any of you are interested in growing your group, right? Maybe you've already started a group and you're like, okay, that's great. I love the idea of a Facebook group, but I'm stuck. I haven't been able to grow it, right? And I get a lot of pushback at this point too, right? There's a lot of businesses who thought of a Facebook group, thought it was a great idea, started it, and then found it was a little bit more challenging to get people in and day out. So those are the strategies that I talk about in my free Grow Your Group guide. If you want a free Grow Your Group guide, just say free guide below, and I'll definitely send it your way. That really maps out kind of the 4 steps that I think are essential to growing your group. So it really has a quick reference of the 4 steps that it takes to grow your group. The next step, right, or within those steps, there's really a lot of like kind of fine-tuned details. So if that's where you're getting stuck, maybe you tried my free guide and then that's where you're really hoping that you need a little bit more information in between details, right? That's where I can come in. I'm happy to help. I offer one-on-one coaching to really get you through all of those steps. And then the final place after that is really engaging within your group. And that's really the key to warming people up to your audience, right? If you have a Facebook group and you've been posting in it and nobody's responding, nobody's seeing your posts, you really need a little revamp, right? You really need to excite that group and get it working again. And there's no reason that you can't, right? I can definitely help with that. But you definitely want to get new people into your group every single day and warm up the people that are already there. So it's really a twofold process. Yes, growing your group is important, but keeping the members in your group happy and warming up, nurturing them, getting them into your system and getting them talking about your products and services. That's really what the group is about. And those are all ways that I can help with that. So I'd love to talk with any of you. If any of you have tried the free Grow Your Group guide and want a little bit more information, you can just say Lead Accelerator below. That is my one-on-one coaching because you don't need followers, you need more leads, right? That's really what getting more clients is about. So feel free to say Lead Accelerator below. That is my one-on-one coaching program. I can reach out to you and just talk about, right? No obligation. We can just talk about it and see if it's right for you. But if you're stuck and you're feeling like you have a group and you want to grow it and you know it's the key to your business, but you're having trouble getting people to see your posts within the group or having trouble getting new people into your group, that's really where we can discuss, because I really think that's the key to getting more clients, is getting the right people into your group and then doing the right nurturing to build those relationships and get them into your system, get them into your world, get them and turn them into clients. That's really the goal. All right, so that is really it for today for how to get more clients. So don't waste years and continue to post. If your posting strategy is not working, it's time to revamp, right? It is time to make a change. And I just want to say, if you don't have a plan, right? If you are posting and you don't know someone who's going to help you, or you don't take action for someone to help you, what then, right? If you're stuck and you don't make a change, you're going to stay stuck, right? Even though it's scary, I always say staying stuck is way scarier because you don't have a plan, right? You don't have a plan forward or a path forward. So definitely think about where you're at and what's working with your current marketing strategies, right? If you are outsourcing marketing strategies, but you're not even sure if they're working yet, then I feel like that is time and money wasted, right? Don't outsource your marketing until you have a system that is working. So if your system is not working, that's not the time to pay someone to do more of that, right? So just be really careful if you are thinking about hiring a VA or thinking of outsourcing your marketing. Definitely make sure that it's a strategy that works, because I would hate for you to pay someone to do the things that you don't want to do and still have it not work, right? Or the things that you don't have time to do. You might really like doing the marketing, but you just don't have time. You're in your business, you've got your life. I get that. Everyone's busy. But if you're outsourcing your marketing, make sure it's a method that already works. You want to prove that you can get more clients with that strategy before you pay someone to do that strategy, right? And that's really the key. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, if you're interested in a little bit of one-on-one coaching, I'd be happy to help. I offer weekly coaching if that's something that suits you, or we can just do a one-time kind of get you unstuck type of a strategy call. I love those strategy calls because they can be really detailed. Within just an hour, we can get real action happening and move your business forward, get it unstuck. So definitely feel free to reach out to me, or you can just say Lead Accelerator below. I'd be happy to reach out to you. And again, if you want that free Grow Your Group guide, if you haven't checked that out yet, you can just say free guide below and I'll send that your way as well. All right, thanks so much for sticking around. Here is to getting more clients into your business.